Nope. Oh. Yep. Get going here. More work on this sci-fi. So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I'm going to still continue sketching out on this one here. Good. Just like that. Just like. Okay. Got our big industrial complex here. Some moon. Strand stations. Yeah. How are you doing today? Yeah. Got a long ways to go, and it's gonna have quite a bit of detail in it. So we're gonna, yeah, got a long ways to go. But it's gonna be a fun one. Figured I needed a break from other stuff since I finally got the artwork up at the bar, and so it was another science fiction. I was just in the mood for a science fiction, so there we go. All right, what we're doing is creating a trams tracks, or what do you want to call it? And I'm gonna have that kind of bored into the rock here. So I got to kind of determine our light source. So obviously with the kind of gas giant going here, we're going to have a light source that's coming this direction. So all the shadows and stuff like that should be going kind of like this direction here. Yep. Hi, Manana. How are you doing? Greetings and salutations. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there it is. Is on that scene. Yeah. Ooh. break out the tools. Just kind of sketching this all out here. Whoa. Excuse me. Keep working on those. Just sketching things in, and we'll start adding detail, cleaning them up, and all that type of stuff. Just kind of want to go where I'm going with this. Scene, break out the booze, and we'll have the ball. Every once in a while, they have a brace that goes across. Okay. Okay, doke. Have a little bit of beer here. Do 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 ba do ba do. What do you know? There is. I have no idea why that song's been going through my head now for quite some time. I think I have the Chaka Khan version of it. Oh dear. Things get stuck in my brain and I can't get them out. I think we're gonna broaden that out a little bit. It's a little bit too steep. There we go. It's a little better. A little too steep. Break out the blues. Yeah. Oh, handling with Van Dyke Brown. A little more of that. Push a little more out onto the palette. Oh, and you got a little bit of yellow ochre. Yellow ochre. Break out the blues. So I gotta order some more business cards too. There is. Who are those guys? And we're just looking at it. It was a little too steep of a hill. So we just kind of fix that here right now. Whoa. Break out the blues. Oh, Larry, how are you doing? Greetings. Greetings and all that rot. Start adding detail here. No. Our space station or complex, industrial complex, I think. Call it. I say I'm the queen, right? Yeah, they used to have a wonderful fat crab feast there. I don't know if they still do or not. Break out the booze. Right. If that's all there is. And blue, mixing there with that. Well, little less than that. Getting this in here. Oh, there's a rock formation. Really? We'll call you Martha. Actually, I was thinking of Bobette, like Bobette Billy. I think so. Yeah, Bobette. Yeah. I remember at high school we had a guy. His last name you would never pronounce it how it actually was supposed to be pronounced. And you just there's no when you look at that name, there's just no way you come up with that thing. And he was an absolute shock one time. There was a teacher that pronounced it correctly the first time out, and he was actually dead silent. Dead silent. And he said, "Your person has ever pronounced it correctly." Uh, well, my last name Trap. You can imagine the crap that I got from in school. And you get to a point. Is that all you got? How original. Wow. The last name Trap is not near as uncommon as you would think. You always think of the Bond traps, of course, but um, which we're not related, by the way. Grandpa actually sat down with the real Maria Von Trapp. They were on a tour and hashed it out. We're not related. I always say they were an aristocracy. They ate the potatoes that we pulled out of the ground. What is yours, Larry? Ah, yeah. It's so bad. I've seen some horrific names. I think one of the funniest stories I've heard of. It was a family friend of ours, and their last name was Pointer, and they were going to name their son Peter, and the nurse talked them out of it, so it was going to be Peter Pointer. Okay, no. Yes, friend. Hello, Fatima. How are you doing? Boom, 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 boom. Here with some white here. Start sketching out other things here. Our horizon line is actually here, so this one's, I'm gonna bring that down just a little. It could be moving away from us, so that's just the first one in. We're gonna get there. All right. Have no idea. No idea why that song's going through my head. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. I'm not here. I think there was the original hit was Carol Channing, if I remember right, and then of course uh, Marilyn Monroe did it too. I believe right. I think Carol Channing was on the original. Was the entertainment for the original Super Bowl, and I was it 1960 or 19, that time frame. I'm from Seattle, if I remember right. Just kind of sketching that in. We'll have a lot more ships. We're gonna have another one here. Yeah, angling off in this direction. Mm. Biddy-ba-dum, buddy-dee-dee-dee, buddy. Buddy-da-dum. Buddy-da-dum. All right. Mm. Buddy-da-dum. Mm. Excuse me. Goodness. All right. Sketched in there. Buddy-dum, buddy-dum, buddy-da-dum. No idea. I just said if they brought in a psychiatrist, I'd be committed immediately. Buddy-dum-dum-dum-dum. Salutations. Greetings from the Cleveland Empire. That means go right back. Okay, so now with dark blue, oh, Prussian blue. I have no idea. We'll get a lot more detail on that ship too. It was docked. I'll get all the lighting on that, which is how it is. You got to get the just sketch in the shapes first. I think the real trick to metal is always remember metal is smooth. And so you're going to have some light reflection off of it, and that starts making it more metallic looking. So that's my best advice to give you. But that's how you add that glare, and the key is that glare. You could almost look like a metal is almost like water if it's polished smooth. Big cargo ship. What this is. I always wondered in the future, how in Star Wars they always showed like the TIE fighters and all that stuff with pilots and everything else. As we're seeing, uh, the drone technology explode. I don't think we're going to have those pilots sitting in there. Of course, the scary thing was all AI. Everything's AI, and we're seeing that come into the art world. I still don't believe, even though you're going to have images imitated by AI, but you'll never ever be able to replace that therapeutic feel when you actually physically paint. And I think that will always be around for centuries because it's that therapeuticness of it. That's my professional opinion. Yeah. Let's get another ship in here. Come in this direction, I think. Coming towards us. An A-36 standard cargo ship. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's something about actually just doing the painting. I mean, there are some beautiful pieces that are done in digital art, but I think AI actually self-producing it. That's what's interesting. And uh, but I don't. It'll never replace this therapeutic value of it. I know they've actually had art, for I think Susan, who joins us quite a bit, she used to do that, and it's like they have like veterans with PTSD, and the artwork helps relax them, which is really kind of cool. No idea. You're right. I forgot what it was, a really well-known CEO that he was in the high tech industry and he was making that same comment. He says, what humans need to focus in on is what humans do well the best. Just mundane manufacturing is not it. They said that gets replaced by uh, machines, but there's things that machines will never be able to do. And I always thought that was interesting. Well, it is. For me, it is. Oh, and I tell you what, doing these videos has really helped because I have a tendency to have kind of a discipline problem. I find, oh, okay, dink around, but now that I set a time for these videos, it forces me to do it, and I love doing it. It's like get the darn paintbrush on the canvas. And there's the key. Just go. Well, you see, every once in a while I'll take a break, because you need to, but yeah, like I said, I was in the mood to do a science fiction, so I did. And I don't ever want to turn my art into something that I just have to do. And I'm trying to avoid that ever happening. I had a little period of time where I was trying to participate in all the art walks and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, that was just too much, too much. And it's an awful lot of work for just a one night. It's sitting there. And a lot of people, they don't have a clue how much it takes to get artwork in place and all that stuff. He said, don't ever turn it into something you can't stand doing. Spray my paint is getting kind of sticky a little bit here. Just water it down with a good old spray thing. I'm having fun, then stop. I always do it. I'm always one of these science fictions. I always have a big storyline going in my head. Yeah, we're just kind of sketching that in anyway. So, something what I like about science fiction, you could just get totally off world. One more, right? Get out of your way. Bum, bum, bum. Got a ways to go, and this one's going to take a little while because we're going to have a lot of detail in it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a definite following in my science fiction, so I always got to make sure I don't forget them. And next Thursday we'll be able to do Empire. So, so once I had to wait till I got everything up at Scandals. Gives you an idea how big this ship is. This is a train coming here, and that ship's actually further away from you. They'll give you that's what when you start doing that, that starts giving you that concept of size. Like, oh my god, that thing's huge. Yeah, so that's the yeah. So I got the train. I might make the train a little bigger. It's a little out of scale, but not much because I want the idea is these spaceships are quite large. Are large cargo ships. So we're going to actually increase the size just a little bit. A train. Have light rail and trains in the future. You really think about the train technology has been around for almost 200 years now, or is 200 years, and it's changed in what propels it, but it's still basically the same concept. Vehicle on tracks. It's actually some things they get right and they stick with it. Oh man, there. That's interesting. Now sometimes we just have problems with that. I don't know. It's that comet that's going overhead. The one that comes by every 50,000 years. Isn't that amazing to think about? Mhm. Mhm. Melody. Yachty. Use the engines quite a bit. Big ship. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot more detail. Yeah, you'll see a whole structure down here too. This is gonna be just kind of a fun one to work on here because I finally got all the art in place. Might as well start creating some new things, and yeah, it's kind of fun to do a detailed science fiction. It was so interesting with technology. I felt so embarrassed though one time. I was at work and I couldn't get any volume, and I ended up calling IT. And sure as heck, of course, I had just simply stepped on the little thing when it turned off the volume. I felt so embarrassed. I was like, oh gosh, idiot in Portland didn't know he had volume off. Oh man, that was. When I call IT, I always try to check absolutely everything, make sure most likely it's the biological portion of the computer that's causing the problem. Not always, though. I'll tell you. Sometimes it's that. I've I've actually been situations with my computer. They said they just didn't know. So we don't know what happened. Yeah. I'm not saying that's with you, Mavis. I hope they didn't come across that way. I'm just saying that. Oh, I think as an IT person, you have to have a patience beyond belief. Did you turn it on? That's usually the first question. Uh, We're almost need to wrap it up for another night. I'll be back on tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow's my super early day, but yeah, this whole going on at 7 o'clock has really helped me. I hope it's working out for you. It really does help. We'll see if that changes in the springtime, but right now it's working really good for me. Okay. No, but up tonight. Be back on tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Uh, and we'll do some more work on this big, massive industrial complex on the moon. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with this one. We got to come up with a good storyline. The evil CEO of it or something. Yeah, you're right. Seriously, thank you so much. Take care. Stay healthy. Stay safe. I will be back on tomorrow, 7 p.m. God, can you believe tomorrow is February 1st? And I don't mind getting January out of the way because that's usually our coldest month here. Though February could be the real teaser. It'll show you some nice weather, and then bam, it'll nail you. That's at least here. That's the truth in March too, and sometimes in April. But all right, you take care. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Whoa, space industrial complex here. Right. Bye bye.